Hello everyone. Look at the three piles and focus your intention on one. Which one stands out to you the most? Is it one with this crystal? Is it two or three? Choose which pile you feel most drawn to, and I'm about to read all three. All right, everybody. So if you picked pile one, the pile with this rock, one's all right. So pile one, first message is sheep, act with fortitude and cooperation. So this is a time to really, stand in your power. I know I always say that. And it's also a time to, we're in really difficult times right now. And sometimes it's easier to maybe bend the rules a little or do the wrong thing. Okay. And this is saying stay in your integrity. All right. And it's okay to have and ask for help and need help. All right. So the first card I got is the Star. And the Star, this is all about wishes and happiness. And this card is bringing the gift of hope, that your problems will soon be going away. Okay. The trick is to stay positive. Okay. Um, Success is coming and luck is on your side. So that's what the Star is about. The Seven of Cups. Now this is like all of your hopes and your dreams all around you. And perhaps right now, it's difficult for you to commit to making decisions on like your life or situations going on in your life. So this is definitely a time to, you're a big dreamer, right? You have all these dreams and things that you want to do, but what are you actually putting into action for yourself? How many of these, like, we got this one started, but how close are anything that you're doing? How close is it to completion? So, it's time to kind of put away the dreamer and make that into the planner and the doer. Okay. And also too, this is also about, be careful and mindful of your emotions right now. Don't let them rule you or run you. Okay. If you're having situations that you're feeling extremely emotional in, like relationship or job or anything, health, anything, try your best to seek balance. Okay. All right. So the next card I have is the Sun. The Sun is like a really awesome card. Okay. This is talking about triumph, overcoming obstacles, that have been in your way for a minute. So also too, with this one, watch the emotions, like I said, and watch the ego. Okay. Right now we're in a time where we are so all used to just getting what we want when we want it. One stop shops, one click buys, all of that. We're used to like such instant gratification, and we can be in our ego like, well, I'm the queen, I'm going to get this. And it's fine to feel empowered. However, when what you have is not enough, you're not in balance. Okay. You're letting your ego ride everything else. And eventually that's when things start to ride high for you. And then the rug gets pulled under and everything starts to crash down. It's because you don't have that balance. You don't have the ego in check. So watch that. The next card I have is the Oracle deck to my Crow Tarot here. Observation. So this is saying to this goes along the lines with this card, actually. So with being the dreamer and having a lot of things in the air that you're wanting to do, this is saying slow down, observe what works and what doesn't work for you. Okay. And get rid of what doesn't work, that isn't going to work, or stuff that you probably won't do. So let's say you have like 6 things that you really need to get done. And 1 or 2, you know, deep down, you probably never do them. Ditch them. Why hang on to them and that guilt of not getting that stuff done? So observe what's going on in your life. Get out of patterns, and get out of these webs that you weave for yourself. All right. Also, too, stay out of situations with other people that really don't concern you. If it's not your business, stay out of it, because I'm picking up that you're not going to win. You'll try to come across as the helper, but it can backfire on you. So just stay out of situations over the next like week or so. All right. So these two, I'm going to pull these together. We're almost done with the pile 1. Surrender. All right. So the first one is surrender. Okay. You're just going to have to surrender. All right. You can't control everything. To get to this abundance that's coming for you, surrender to the universe. Surrender to all of these things that you've got going on. You know, cut the strings and surrender to the universe and to your higher power that it's all going to work out for you. What's meant to happen and what's meant for you is going to come to you. Just stay in a high, positive, sun type of disposition, right? And yeah, so the last 2, don't let pride get in the way. Like I said, don't let the ego rule you. Don't let pride get in the way. Pride also can make it so that you don't ask for help when you need it too. So when you need help, don't let pride get in the way. Feel free to ask people for help. Okay. And the last card for pile 1, I know it's long, is a win-win outcome is forecast. So like I said, you're in a really good time and good energy. Release the BS, keep what works, and get some planning going. All right. So if you picked pile 1, I hope that resonated for you. All right. If you picked pile 2 with the Dream Amethyst, let's get into that. All right, so the first card I got, lots of animals in this card. So if you picked pile 1 is more of a direct message. Pile 2 is more of a loving message that you maybe needed. If you picked pile 3, you needed a healing message. Okay, so pile 2, the elephant. Open yourself up to true abundance. So if you picked pile 2, this is telling me that, you know, some of you are closed off right now. Maybe you're in a time of just like a funk, or, you know, just feeling like life is kind of like toppling on you. So it's hard to feel like you're in this abundant state, right? However, you still have to open yourself up to it, even if you're not feeling it. Whatever you put out, like whatever energy you have, think of yourself as a vibrational being, all right, like an ocean and waves. Whatever vibration you send out into the universe, what do you think is going to happen? That same energetic vibration is going to come to you. So if you have a stank-a-dank-dank attitude, you know, you're going to get that kind of situations and scenarios with people, places, and situations coming up in your life. If you can rise above it, and listen, we all go through hard times, but we can't stay mad. We can't stay angry. We need to turn that anger into fuel to do something about it, right? So, abundance. Then the next one I have is the tiger. All right, so the tiger is beautiful. Love it. So the tiger is saying to exercise your will and determination in ethical ways. Do not place your will over another's. You do not have control over anyone but yourself. Don't be afraid to be fierce, especially especially as a woman. Don't be afraid to be that badass bitch, okay? Uh, don't be afraid to stand in your power, stand in your beliefs, stand up for what you want. Um, we all have the right to do that. I don't care who you are, man, woman, we all have that right, okay? Whatever. So we can ride our healthy anger, but what we must eventually transform it, into something more useful. So this is saying that, yeah, maybe you are angry about something. Maybe you are. And, I feel like a lot of us are. So I feel like if you chose this, there is some underlying anger. Ride that anger and turn it into something else, fuel for something that you want to do. Okay. The next one I got is put that anger into, like I said, power for yourself, power to do and make changes in your world, in your life, in your circumstances that really need to happen. Okay. Um, so this resistance card tells me that perhaps situations and even yourself, you're allowing to get in your own way to your true power and abundance in life. Okay. Do you have a negative mindset? That's resistance. Do you talk negatively about yourself? That's resistance. Do you talk negatively about others? That too is resistance. Do you talk negatively about your job, your life, your wife, your husband, your kids? Whatever. All of that is resistance. Okay, so this is saying it's time to get out of the path of resistance, like get out of your own way. The Volcanoes card, I love this card. So the Volcanoes card is talking about, old grudges should be released and let go. Isn't that card beautiful? Heavy energy hurts us. Should we hold on to it for too long? Allow your anger to flow through you rather than saving it all up for an explosive release. Like, if you are like, well, all this is building up with about my boss, and one day I'm just going to let loose on him, you know, that's all fine and dandy, but who's really holding on to negative emotions? Not the boss. You are. You're the volcano on the inside, holding on to things that you want to unleash on someone else, yet you're feeling it and having it stir up within you, creating this fire and this chaos and anger. And is that healthy for you, especially if you're holding it in for a long time? No, it's not healthy. So it's time to release the volcano, allow your anger to flow through you rather than saving it all up. Okay. Release and reformation is maybe necessary sometimes. The greatest powers are hidden from view. You have the power to create your destiny. So you have the power to stay angry, stay having the volcano. And you also have the power to calm the volcano down and, release some things for yourself. Because in the end, they're walking around fine, right? In this analogy, they're walking around every day fine, and you're walking around a hot, angry mess every day. You see them, your blood starts to boil. So who really has the power? Where did you give your power to? See what I'm saying? Don't give your power away. All right. Getting deep in here today. Instead, seek tranquility. Okay. Make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. So it's time to just take care of yourself. Holding on to any negative emotions from the past or from others or from yourself, guilt, worry, all of that, it's not good. You need to create a sacred, safe space for yourself, okay? And stay optimistic. I know it's cliche. I get it, but it really does work. Okay. When you have a higher vibration life things start to happen, the good things that you want to come to you start to happen because you have gratitude and you have that attitude. to bring that to you. So stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. So stay on your grind. Keep going. And the last card is Sacred Wisdom. So owls represent intuition. All right. So this is telling me to tell you that you've got a lot of intuition, gut instincts. All right. The moons are representing cycles. You have the wisdom to get out of repeating cycles that you're in. Okay. So if you're in a bad relationship and you keep going back, they keep saying they're going to change and nothing ever does, get out of any repeating patterns that aren't working for you. Because if you're wondering why you're not getting to where you want to get, look at repeating patterns in your life. Really, go within. Use the wise owl as an analogy. Go within. Trust your gut instinct. You know who's right for you. Your soul knows who's right for you, who's wrong for you, knows what is good for you and what is not good for you. Trust yourself. Get out of negative repeating patterns. All right. So if you chose number 2, pile 2 with this dream amethyst, that was yours. I hope that resonates for you. Let me know in the comments. Last one. Oh my gosh, so long, right? Okay. If you chose the 3rd pile, which is the healing pile, you're going to get a healing message today. All right. First one is the turtle. And if you're still here and you chose pile 1, then you obviously need all of these messages, right? And that's 100% fine. I hope that they all give you something that you need to hear to help you make changes to live a better life. All right, the turtle says, be joyful and trusting. I love this card. So beautiful, right? Trust your divine power. Trust that they have your back. Just trust. Sometimes we spend so much time just not believing in anything, right? Just try it one time. Trust yourself one day. Just say, you know what? I'm just going to fully trust myself today. I'm going to trust my divine power, my higher power. I'm going to trust my higher self. I'm just going to trust that I'm going to have a good day, be joyful in that trusting, it brings up our vibration again. All right. The hyena says, dare to be different. So you're not like everybody else. If you chose pile 3, you feel different on some type of level from other people. Okay. Whether you have ever told anybody that or not, deep down on a soul level, you feel different. Okay. And this is telling you that it's okay. You're supposed to be. You are who you are supposed to be. So in knowing that, embrace it. Embrace your difference. Embrace you. Okay. The next card is selling out. All right. So 1 second. All right. So the next card is selling out. All right. This is like the hardest card in this healing deck that I have. So this is talking about, your integrity and inner strength are being severely tested right now, in this life, in this path of this life that you're living. If you chose this pile or are still listening for this pile, then, are you selling out or acting out of integrity? Are you in a job that you hate? Are you living in a toxic environment and making yourself sick in the pursuit of financial security? This card is asking you to find the courage to stand up for your convictions and take steps towards doing what you love. Selling out is basically doing things that you don't want to do. That's against your soul, but doing them because you have to for this reason or you have to for that reason. It's going against your soul. Okay. And it's linked to the shadow aspect. Okay. Of, when you connect to this part of yourself, your fears and survival, power, responsibility, and success, So it's a time to make a decision whether you want to let people um, really like control or have a say in your life, in who you love, how you love, what you do, what you don't do, or are you going to just 100% be unapologetically yourself? So it's time to not conform to what others think or what you feel that you need to do for everybody else. It's time to do for yourself, basically. Um, and, what goes right along with that card is this card. Like, they go hand in hand, because a lot of people that get that card have trauma and things that you've gone through when you were younger. Okay, whether you were a child or middle school or high school or in your early 20s, you may have gone through things that like broke your inner child when you were younger. It's time to get him or her back. It's time to really find that true happiness. Do you remember what it was like to really fall in, like, feel like the innocence of a child, how everybody was good and everything's going to turn out okay and everybody loves each other, and that joy that you feel as a child? Remember, it's time to try to get that back. Okay, then it's also time for you to have patience. Have patience with yourself. A lot of times when we're hurting and we need healing, we feel like we need to, like, now, hurry. Well, I need to be healed now because, like, everything is supposed to be now, right now, right? But no, like, have patience with yourself. Don't compare your journey to another's, because nobody is walking your shoes and you're not walking anybody else's shoes. So you can't compare what Karen down the street is doing to you or what Greg down the street is doing compared to you. Like, you can never compare, because nobody's ever the same. Okay. Um, but have patience with yourself, have patience and understanding, and be kind to yourself. All right. So, collaborative dreaming. Yes, I love this card. All right. So, collaborative dreaming is about, um, you know, realizing that you have a really big heart. You have a heart big enough to dream whatever it is that you want. Okay. It's time to realize that you've had a lot of rough patches. Okay. And you may clash with other people. You may have a hard time relating to other people. This is saying that sometimes you have to just make things happen and get along with others, for the sake of making something happen. So this is saying to also collaborate with your guides, collaborate with your higher self, go within. um, Shadow work. This is about, like, dealing with the shadow self, bringing up and dealing with painful experiences so that you can move forward. It's not easy, but it is doable. Okay. All right. So the next card is in the world, not of the world. All right, so I love this card. This is a really pretty card. Lots of symbolism in this card. Okay. So this is saying that it's safe for you to, like, become naked with life, meaning it's safe for you to start over, like to have a complete soul energetic reset. Like, are there things that are just not working in your life right now and you just wish that they would change, like really change? Then change them, or change yourself, because that's all that you can do. You can only control yourself, right? And there's only some certain situations and circumstances that we can control in our environment. So this is saying go with the flow into your power. All right. The fish represent fertility, abundance, things coming your way. You're going to have to stand in your power and really face some difficult, dark nights of the soul, shadow work to pull yourself out into a stronger, better you. You've already been through so much. You can go through healing too, you know? And so this is just saying also to, like, you're being guided to trust, okay? Trust yourself. Um, yeah, it's time to be free and let go, right? All right, and the last card is focus on the light. So with healing, you have to go into the dark. However, you can't stay there. All right. When you're doing healing work, okay, and I'm talking about healing from traumas, all kinds, physical, sexual, psychological, emotional, all kinds, physical. You have to go through the darkness to get through the light, but you can't stay in the darkness. You can't stay depressed. You can't stay thinking that nothing ever is going to change. You have to come up to the light. If not, then you're not going to be in a good place, right? So this is just a reminder to, like, if you feel that you're ever being stuck and you're stuck in the dark, focus on the light. Focus on things that are fun to do. Get yourself out of the routine and the ruts that aren't healthy. If you're not showering for 3 days, if you're not, like, talking to people, like, change it up. You've got to, like, you got yourself into that rut. Now get yourself out. Focus on the light and love. All right, guys, that's enough time I took. I hope this message is good. This message is for the week for you guys. Much love and blessings.